Hello everyone, it's Pailing here, and today we're doing a how to get through Platinum on Apex Legends. I myself, I am currently in Plat 2 as I make this video, but I'm quite sure I'll make it to Diamond this season. But I was thinking on the troubles in the past and how difficult Plat can be for new players. And therefore I'll make this video to help you guys out in making it through Plat. Beware, it won't be easy at all. These tips can help you, I hope they do. But definitely let me know if they will help you, and if I miss something that can be very important, definitely leave them in the comments down below so we can have a chat and help each other out. This is pure to help you guys. There's nothing to say that your playstyle is bad or something like that. It's just in general to help everyone out. First of all, I want to say that when you hit Plat, be prepared to get into way harder lobbies. The ranked system in Apex Legends is like a triangle with at the top the best players in the most difficult lobbies with the highest trade-off, and at the bottom you have quote-unquote the worst players with no trade-off. This is also the reason why it's so easy to get to Plat. But when you hit Plat, it becomes way more difficult because you have a higher trade-off, so more RP you lose for entering a game, and the people you fight are way more difficult. Keep in mind that from now on, probably for the average player, 3 stacking will be required to make the road through Plat a way more enjoyable. Also, a good tip is don't jump into ranked immediately if you play with a new team. Just get a feel for each other in pubs, because good team knowledge is very important. If you know how good everyone is, what their strengths and weaknesses are, this will be very important when you go into ranked, definitely in Platinum. Okay, the first thing we'll be talking about is the team setup. Every team that we're talking about has a leader and 2 guys who follow. The leader will be the one who makes the decisions during fights and calls out rotations or to back off. The other 2 players are in the back. They can suggest what to do, but the decision making will remain with the leader. This will make it way easier for a team to rotate, because you have one player who always makes the decisions. And if you always have to discuss what to do, you'll lose a lot of time and probably get thirded, or you lose too much time and you'll die because of it. But we'll get on decision making a bit later in the video, so no worries. First I wanted to address which legends you should use in ranked. We'll get to Platinum now, and in these lobbies it's quite important to have a good legend setup. What I would recommend is have a Gibby on every team. Gibby is God tier at the moment. He's very good defensively, he's a healer, and he's very good 1v1. So I suggest you always have a Gibby on your team. Then we come to the second legend. The second legend is overall the rotation legend, I'll call it. The legends we'll be talking about here are, for example, Raid, Octane and Horizon, or even Pathfinder, but I don't suggest him solely because his hitbox is currently very large. And not to mention that he also has low profile, so he take increased damage. The reason why you need one of these legends is so you can rotate better, therefore the name Rotating Legends. The reason why they are so important is because these legends can get you out of a sticky situation, or when you get third-partied, for example. And if you don't have one like this on your team, the chances of you surviving the sticky situation or third party will become way lower. You'll probably have to fight them. And let's say you have one of your teammates down, that will be a 2v3 you're fighting, definitely. So having one of these on your team is crucial, almost. Then the third spot of the team can be a bit more freely and like adjusted to what your playstyle you want to be playing. I have, for example, Bloodhound or Crypto in the same category because they can provide scans. course, if you have Pathfinder already on the team, I don't suggest using these legends. Maybe Bloodhound you can play with Pathfinder because you have the scans and they can be very important. If you want to play very aggressive, Revenant can be a good solution as a third. But his hitbox is a bit large, so I don't know. A very popular choice at the moment is Caustic because he's very good for endgame. He can dominate in the end, it's ridiculous. I highly suggest you play Caustic. Then for people who want to also play very aggressive, maybe Lifeline to have that extra revive capability. That can also be very good. Like, these are the legends I would suggest. The other legends, they might be good. For example, Bangalore. I play Bangalore a lot. She's very good, but I don't suggest you play her in Platinum lobbies, because I think there are better options for you to choose. Then we come to arguably the most important thing in Platinum, and that is decision making. This is probably the hardest skill to acquire, because it requires a lot of knowledge of the skill of your team and the legends you are playing. I suggest the person that makes the decisions will be one that uses the rotating legends that I mentioned before. These are then, let's say, Raid, Octane, Horizon, or Pathfinder. The reason I say these are the best legends to be a leader of the squad is because they are the ones that provide the escape routes or the rotation angles. This doesn't mean that other legends can't be team leaders, but it's just that one extra second you get that you don't have to discuss or ask can be crucial in some plays. That's why I suggest it being a rotation legend. Then what do they have to worry about? Like, what does a leader have to do? Let's say the most important thing probably in every shooter is acquiring high ground. Like, it's stupidly how important this thing is. If you have trouble winning fights, then maybe I suggest you try out only fighting when you have the high ground, or have a better angle on the enemy. It can be a very good alternative to only engage when you have the powered position, and otherwise just play rotation and go for a circle. Because of this idea, you will only be fighting out of an advantage point. This can be good for people that might not have the real raw skill in gunfights. So definitely think about maybe trying this out. What to do if an enemy has the high ground? That's also very important. Well, I suggest you only take fights when you know you have the upper hand. Don't go fighting other squads when they have the upper hand on you. You'll be immediately in the worst position out of the two teams. Okay, if you have a lot of raw skill, then maybe you will get out of the fight alive. But we're talking about the average player here, and most of the time a power position will grant you also a win. Of course, if you don't have any other choice, for example the ring blocks off and it's a ring 3 and you don't have heals, then okay, you have to fight them. But try and keep the fights as short as possible because third parties are everywhere. And definitely on King's Canyon. Then we come to fighting in general, maybe. Should I fight or should I not fight? Well, we're in Platinum now, the trade-off is way higher. Fighting is really important to get KP. KP is what gives you the points to remain in Plat 3 or in Plat 2. If you only play rotation, you won't get up in the ranks. You lose too much points, I'll say. So I suggest a couple of things. First of all, third partying is a great tool to get easy KP because people will be low and you'll come in with full armor and you shoot them down. Easy KP. Important to not forget is that you always need one person to have on lookout for other third parties, because you think, oh, this is an awesome opportunity to third party, but another team might think the same. So always have one person take over the look. Of course, if everyone gets broken, for example, then I suggest the team leader taking responsibility and just take an armor swap and hop, you go for lookout. You're also the one that calls out the rotation, so it's probably you the best to take overlook. Then even if you engage in a fight, one rule I always think is very important is to focus down healers. So Gibby, Lifeline, even a Mirage, that can be very annoying. Maybe a Bangalore. These legends should be focused first because they provide healing capabilities. If a Lifeline is the last legend on the team alive, he can still revive his teammates, so that can be very annoying. Always try to focus them first so they can't heal. This will grant you an opportunity to push in because you have a 3v2, for example. Then we come to late game. Late game is where the most points can be earned or lost. What do you have to do? I suggest around when you reach top 8, then you should be prioritizing late game rotation over going for kills. Because in plat games, at the end you'll earn more points by, for example, winning a game with only two kills, for example, than to die in fourth with 4 kills. So always prioritize winning games. Winning games is super important. To win a game, for example, it can be sounding stupid, but I've seen people do it, is don't leave your power position if you have power position. Don't go for the kill, even if you knock someone and they will get revived, but you have power position. Stay on your power position. Okay, they will get revived, but you still have the upper hand. You might be able to knock them without giving away your power position. If you don't have power position, of course, that's a bit annoying. Then you had bad luck or you rotated too late. But then focus the people on the power position. Don't focus your attention on other squads that are not on power position, except when they are trying to push you, of course. Only play defensively against those teams. Try and focus the team on the high grounds, because they will be your main threat when you have to rotate. Okay, this is it basically for a plat guide from a plat player. These are a couple small tips that can be very important for you guys as players. Platinum for the average player is hard, don't get me wrong. So don't feel bad if you get stuck in plat 4. Like, try and work on these tips. Get to know your team better. Just get a good feeling for each other. That can help a lot. With enough training, I'm sure that a lot of you can make it through plat. If I can do it, you can do it as well. I've been in plat 4 for 4 seasons straight now. Not pushing further because I didn't have a team. So definitely try and search for a good team. Maybe your raw skill is not that high. I don't know if it will be that easy for you, but if you have like similar stats to me, like maybe a 1.5 KD or above, or maybe a bit less even, depending on your playstyle. Or if you have good game sense, then I'm sure you'll make it through Platinum without too much trouble. Also, a very good tip that so many people forget is stay positive, guys. Holy shit, I've met so many toxic people on this game that keep like calling out bullshit on the game and stuff like that. Don't do that. Try and reflect on yourself and see what you could have done better and what your team could have done better. Also call out the good things, what you have done good, because that will keep a positive mindset and will be like, okay, I have to improve on this, I have to improve on that. We will not make this mistake again. For example, you rotated too late and it lost you the game. Then we can say like, okay, next time we rotate maybe a little bit earlier, so we get that power position. That's a good mindset. Don't call out bullshit on the game. I know Apex can be very annoying at sometimes, but don't do that. Learn yourself to... So that's basically it, guys. I would say good luck on your way through plat 4 and 3 and 3 and 1. Get to diamond. Definitely let me know how the grind has been in the comments. Also give tips of your own in the comments. We can have discussion there. Follow me on Twitch because I stream. We can I say more? Yeah, we have a Discord, so definitely join that as well. So you can have a chat with me, even we can play some games together. Yeah, have an overall good time. Keep it nice in the comments as well. Give positive feedback to each other, like, hey, you can do this better, and then we can get together out of platinum to diamonds. Have a good one, everyone. This was Paling, and I'll see you in next video.